منك أمير المؤمنين يا علي، صلى الله عليك يا سيدي ويا مولاي يا أبا عبد الله، يا غريب يا مظلوم كربلاء، ما خاب والله من تمسك بكم وأمينا من لجأ إليكم سادتي. يا ليتنا يا ليتنا كنا معكم سيدي فنفوز والله فوزا عظيما. ولعنة الله على أعدائكم ومنكرين فضائلكم إلى قيام يوم الدين. آمين يا رب العالمين. وسلم على المولى جميعا بصوت واحد. والليلة ليلة الجمعة يستحب فيها زيارة المولى، رزقنا الله وإياكم زيارة الحسين. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى هذا مو صوت واحد مشتاق إلى المولى. السلام على الحسين وعلى أنت أقرأ أنت أقرأ الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين ورحمة الله وبركاته. أفلح من صلى على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. لا بأس بالثانية. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. الثالثة أريد أسمع صوتكم. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. For everything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created, there is a foundation. If you want to build a house, you need the appropriate ground to be able to lay the cement. If you want to make a minbar like this, then you need to have sound forms of wood that you can carve out and shape into the pulpit that you want. And in Islam, there is a foundation that is extremely important for us to understand. And the Holy Quran speaks about this foundation, where Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam says that I do not ask you to recompensate me for this message that I have delivered to you. قُلْ لَا أَسْأَلَكُمْ عَلَيْهِ أَجْرًا. I don't ask for a compensation. I don't ask for you to say thank you for me. I don't ask you to do me a favor except al-mawadda fil qurba, to love and to show that excessive attraction towards the divinely guided caliphs who are the Ahlul Bayt alayhim as-salam, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed. And in a hadith, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam states, لِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ أَسَاسٍ. For everything in life there is a foundation. وَأَسَاسُ الْإِسْلَامِ حُبُّنَا أَهْلِ الْبَيْتِ. And the foundation of Islam is to love the Ahlul Bayt, alayhim afdalu salati wassalam. Which then brings us to an important point. Yesterday we commemorated the instance in where Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi afdalu salati wassalam was brutally struck on the head by a wicked Jewish individual. And this comes to show us that if Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam delivered to us the message of Islam, and if the Holy Messenger of Allah gave us a religion that is perfect and clean and pure from all impurities, then why is it that certain individuals in history waged war upon Islam? And the answer to that was due to the fact that certain individuals were after the pleasure of this world. Yesterday I seen a lecture on social media where one of those big bearded scholars is saying people came to Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib and began to say to him, "Oh Ali, why is it that in the time of Umar ibn al-Khattab, Islam was so prosperous and Islam had all of this money and all of this wealth, and now, O you, Ali, that have come to lead the Ummah is poor?" You see, subhanallah, if an individual looks into history, they will find that the only ruler to have ruled Islam and everyone lived equally was in the time of Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib. How is it that they have reshaped history to say that in the time of Abu Bakr, in the time of Umar, in the time of Uthman, Islam was very rich and the money was coming in, whereas when Ali took reign, he destroyed the economic level of Islam? Which means, my brothers and sisters, you need to refer to history. Look at the facts in history. Do not listen to these random individuals that come up and state such a thing. Ali ibn Abi Talib, as the famous poet says, even the birds that lived under the reign of Ali were full. For you as an individual to come out and say in the time of Ali he was poor. Let me give you another example. Amir al-Mu'mineen becomes the leader of where? Al-Basra. He rules Al-Basra. He had a house filled with money in Al-Kufa. If all of you go to visit Masjid al-Sahla, there's a house that belongs to Amir al-Mu'mineen near Masjid al-Kufa. They say that this house was the house where he used to store the money. Okay. One day, Talha and Az-Zubayr come. And these are very relevant examples for us today. Because when we live in a time where our Imam al-Mahdi isn't present in front of us, I need to control all of these things that took place in history to control myself. Okay. Talha and Az-Zubayr. Let's give you a very quick historical fact. Az-Zubayr was Rasulullah's first cousin from his auntie Safiya. His auntie Safiya had a son, his name was Az-Zubayr. To show you the status of Az-Zubayr, one day when the enemies of Allah tried to come and attack the house of Fatima, I ask you, who was the first individual to take the sword out? Who was it? Az-Zubayr. Az-Zubayr was the first individual to take his sword out and to defend the house of Amir al-Mu'mineen. Okay. He then has a son by the name of Abdullah. Abdullah ibn Zubayr. The ahadith of the Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam state that Az-Zubayr is from us, the Ahlul Bayt, up until his son Abdullah was born. Which shows us, inshallah, tomorrow night, if I see that there are a lot of individuals, I possibly will speak about marriage. The importance of getting married. I know you, Shabab, love this opinion, this thought of getting married. Inshallah, it's not as easy as we think. We'll speak about that tomorrow. He has a child, Abdullah. Abdullah ibn Zubayr was the reason why his father ended up waging war on the Ahlul Bayt. Mind you, Rasulullah's first cousin. So, Az-Zubayr and Talha come to visit Amir al-Mu'mineen. Oh Ali, we have come to speak to you about an issue. Let me show you the justice of Ali, Amir al-Mu'mineen. He says to them, do you have a personal matter or do you have a matter that is to do with the Islamic government? So they say to him, no, oh Ali, we have come as your brothers in Islam to speak to you about something. The hadith says, at that time, Amir al-Mu'mineen had a candle that was lit. Because there was no wires in Iraq back then. There was no kahraba, electricity. So they used to use candles to see in front of them. He said to them, okay. He turns this candle off. He brings out a candle that he personally purchased and he lights this up. So then they asked him, oh Ali, why is it that you turned this candle off and you ignited that one? Are they not the same thing? So Amir al-Mu'mineen says, this candle was from the money of Islam, was from the money of the Islamic government. This candle that I lit was from my personal money. And you are here to speak to me on a personal scale, so I will not waste the Islamic government's resources for a personal issue. I ask you, where will you find a politician today that is willing to put from their own pocket for the benefit of Islam? Have you found a politician that will do that? From the time of when many of our family were tortured in Iraq from Al-La'in ibn Al-La'in Saddam, up until now, every politician that comes, everyone takes money, they put it in their pocket, and the country day after day is getting ruined. There is still no electricity, still all of these issues. Whereas when you look at Amir al-Mu'mineen, even in our country today, every politician fights with the other. Everyone calls the other one names. Where is the justice? The justice is only with Ali. So they came to Ali, oh Ali, we want to ask you. We have a family relationship between us. Give us a bit of extra money. Give us a bit of extra money. So Amir al-Mu'mineen says to them, and why is it that I should give you more money than what I'm giving everyone else? It's like Centrelink. Amir al-Mu'mineen was giving Centrelink out to the people from the money of the Muslims to show that everyone is equal in the society. They say, no, Ali, we are friends, we have a family relationship, so give us that bit of extra money. Amir al-Mu'mineen says, no, I can't do that. I have no legitimate reason to give you this money. There is no legitimacy in the whole equation. Okay. And from then the war began to wage against Amir al-Mu'mineen, even from his own cousin, Az-Zubayr. Mind you, these individuals all heard Rasulullah say, Ali is from me. Ali is a part of me. They all heard all of this. But it was their personal preferences. They placed their own desires before they placed the desire of the Islamic government. And this brings me to another topic. You, my brothers and sisters, if you are continuously operating on a materialistic vibe, you only want to drive the best car, you only want to eat the best of foods, you only want to wear the best of clothes, you only want to see the best of things, There is no problem in doing that. On the contrary, Islam wants an individual to look nice, to look representable, but not at the expense of their religion. Do not lose your religion to make yourself feel better. So that is one issue. On the other side, we have those that lived around Amir al-Mu'mineen. You know how sometimes they say blood is thicker than water? They say that your family should always be there to support and to aid you. In the example of the life of Rasulullah, there were members of his family that waged war against him. And sometimes in our lives, my brothers, sometimes our friends that do not share the same blood as us become closer to us than our own brothers and sisters. We've all experienced it. We all have so close friends that we are not related to them. We have no relation with them. He's from another religion and I'm from another planet. God knows where I'm from. We have that relationship with us. In the life of Amir al-Mu'mineen, we have, for example, the status of Maytham or Mitham at-Tammar. Based on the ahadith of the Ahlul Bayt, they say that his name was Salim. However, his father used to call him Maytham. They say that Amir al-Mu'mineen said to him, Maytham, one day you are going to pay a heavy price. Khair? Why, O Ali? He said, because you follow me. Because you are one of my Shia. So he says, O Amir al-Mu'mineen, let it be. If I am with you, then I am happy. As long as I am from within your circle, I am happy no matter what happens to me. So then the hadith says that Amir al-Mu'mineen took Maytham to a tree that is present in Al-Kufa, where he is buried. He says to him, O Maytham, on this tree you will be crucified. They will crucify you on this tree. He says, if it's in your way, then I am honored, O Ali. So then Amir al-Mu'mineen says to him, O Maytham, tara, they will cut your hands, they will cut your feet, they will cut your tongue. He says, for you, O Amir al-Mu'mineen, let everything take place. You know, some of us, we have friends, especially those boys that are out in the street. He's my celly, I will take a bullet for him, 1, 2 and 3. Let it come to real, the guy's running and you can't even find him. Whereas Maytham was an example. O Ali, if it was in your way, no problem. So then, here comes the practical sense. You say to someone that you're their brother, and you'll take a bullet for them, show them that. Maytham every day will come to this tree and would pray 2 units of salah. So then the neighbor next to him was a man by the name of Amr bin Hurayth, who was a wicked man who used to work for the government of tyranny. One day they summons Maytham at-Tammar to their palace. We have some questions for you. We want to ask you some questions. Okay. Maytham goes, all of a sudden Amr bin Hurayth coincidentally had to also have been working at the palace. So then he says to the ruler, O ruler, this man Maytham is a friend of that liar Ali. So Maytham becomes angry. My master is a man of truth. He is not a liar. Ali ibn Abi Talib is a man of truth. When the ruler heard this, it was now time for that revenge that they had against Amir al-Mu'mineen. Okay. O Maytham, we are going to punish you for your connection with Ali. So then they say, go and find the tree and crucify him on the tree. When he heard that and he seen the tree, he said, Sadaqa mawlaya Amir al-Mu'mineen. My master Ali was truthful, that they will crucify me on a tree. And then he hears them speaking to each other, and one of them said, cut his hand. One of them said, cut his leg. So then he said, صَدَقَ مَوْلَايَ أَمِيرَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. My master was truthful, that you will cut my hand, you will cut my leg. So then he said, but you guys missed one thing. My master Ali said that you guys are going to cut my tongue off. So they said, we want Ali to be a liar, so we won't cut your tongue. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days went by, and Maytham, every time someone would walk past him, O people, قال رسول الله علي مع الحق والحق مع علي. O people, Rasulullah stated, Ali is with the truth is with Ali. They ended up going back to the palace. O ruler, Tara, this guy is making issues for us. Every time someone walks past the tree, he calls to Ali. He says to them, go and cut the tongue of Maytham. They come to cut the tongue. He says, صَدَقَ مَوْلَايَ Ali. And they cut his tongue. These are men of examples in history, that they were willing to sacrifice and go through all of these issues for their master, for Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam. This is what Rasulullah wants from us. When he says to you that I do not ask you to give me anything except to display love towards my Ahlul Bayt, the example of Maytham al-Tammar should be an example for us, my brothers and sisters. Umar ibn al-Khattab has a saying where he says, may Allah not leave me to live a day that Ali isn't present within it. Because Amir al-Mu'mineen, whenever this individual would be put in a tough position and they would ask him questions and he wouldn't know how to answer, he would always run to who? To Ali, Amir al-Mu'mineen. And this is found in history. What's the time? صلى على محمد وآل محمد. 10 o'clock? I wanted to prove to you that the Shia of Amir al-Mu'mineen existed in the time of Rasulullah through the books of the other sect, but based on the time in front of us, I don't have time. Inshallah, tomorrow I will show you evidence and proof from the books of the other sect that the Shia and the name Shia was present in the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. Allahumma ajjal li waliyika al-faraj وامنن علينا برضاه وهب لنا رأفته ورحمته ودعاءه وصلى الله على محمد وأهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين.